Welcome to another episode of Careful Boys. We're going to ask the question for nice guys who complain that girls only date. What are they misunderstanding?
I love this one. I've always loved the nice guy.
Really?
That's
What do you mean by that?
I would rather date the guy who's walking the grandma across the street than the guy on the motorcycle or whatever.
But do you think
Always.
the...
Which one would you rather fuck?
What if he's walking?
Which one would you rather rail?
gives her a ride on the motorcycle.
What if he's walking his grandma down the street, but the whole time he's making sure you're in them?
He's flexing, showing his tattoos.
You see me doing it? You see this shit? You see me doing this shit?
What if he's on the motorcycle because his grandma's dying in the hospital?
Stop! Don't make
He's like, I gotta save this one first before
Hey, grandma's die. I'll tell you that right now.
Good take, Joe. Good take, Joe.
I've never understood the bad boy thing. It's
Oh,
just not
really?
attractive to me.
Good movie.
Yeah, it's for life, by the way.
They have a bond for life. What you gonna do?
Yeah, so... But here's the thing.
Not that.
The nice guy you described, there are not nice guys that think they are those guys.
He's fake.
The ones that go, oh, so you only like assholes, huh? You don't like a nice guy like me? That's
well,
usually not a nice guy.
That's not a nice guy.
But
Yeah.
you've heard that before when those guys say that.
Yeah.
What are they missing? Like, what are they not getting about that? Like, how do you explain?
Frontal cortex.
Deep grooves in the brain.
Yeah.
How do I even answer that?
Like, how do you help them figure out, like, how would you explain that to them if they were like, someone literally is accusing you of only dating assholes?
It sounds like all the people who have excuses that deflect every... Okay, so basically they make up all these other excuses about why someone doesn't like them. So maybe they just need to look
Deeper.
deeper. Maybe not deeper. I shouldn't be using Aris's help for
If
work.
you wanna change the world, you gotta start with the man in the mirror. Right?
Gotta make a change.
You gotta make a change for yourself.
Okay, Michael.
Come on.
Calm down.
No, that's I don't know why you brought Michael Jackson.
Did he say that? I thought I said that.
This is just like one of my own personal philosophies.
But I feel like sometimes people just use so many excuses.
Nice guy, bad guy, everybody got the guy.
That worse.
Everybody got a guy.
He pulled it off. I didn't think he was gonna be able to say that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But yeah, nobody's willing to see that. I think when they think they're not the bad guy or the bad boy, then they just think they automatically default into being the nice guy.
I literally, this makes me think about another question you asked me, I think at one point, was like, oh, people think that Asian girls don't like Asian guys or
Oh, they'll
whatever.
never
It's
let
the
go of
same-
that one.
It's
Yeah.
the same concept. Like, what if they just don't like you? It doesn't matter if you're Asian or if you're white.
That hurts though. That hurts my feelings.
It's just excuse.
No, it's the whole community, brother. It's not just me.
section.
It's the whole community.
Comment section right
He took one of ours.
Yeah.
Oh, your wife is Asian?
Yeah.
My wife is half Filipino.
Good for
Like
you.
you.
Thank you.
She's ours.
But I fetishize Asian women.
Half the time.
That's great for me.
That's weird.
That means I get it every night. I don't even have to worry about it. I get it every single night.
Not really. I don't like the eye contact.
Look at this.
I don't like the direct eye contact. Put the barrier back.
Eyebrows
Put
are
the barrier
high
back.
right now.
He's not blinking. He's
Like way up
I'm
there.
very happy.
Have like Robin, like Mrs. Doubtfire eyebrows.
Doubtfire eyebrows.
Yeah, can you do that? Can you go, hello?
I basically can't see you guys, by the way.
Oh yeah, that's right. You're blind, man.
This right here is what we call bet boy.
So no, there's never been a guy that was like a bad boy dude that like attracted you? Like even throughout your adolescence when you were like stupid?
Okay, rude. I mean, I have dated guys who aren't nice, I guess, who turned out not to be nice.
Oh no! What happened?
What style of bad boy was it though?
Immature, really
Oh,
immature.
Like tattoos and all that
What
stuff.
would they?
Don't make someone
snapbacks.
bad.
What would they do that was immature? Like what kind of?
Jack Daniels t-shirts.
Like, okay, this was when I was in like maybe early college, maybe first year of college, and
Okay.
we broke up, and we worked at a restaurant together. And he started spreading all these rumors about like when we broke up. Oh, she has all my stuff and she wouldn't give it back. And it was like his like PS.
Oh, is this the
whatever. It was
Xbox
some, like,
thing?
an
That's a
Xbox.
big
Yeah.
deal.
PS, hello.
That's a big deal. How come you didn't give it back to him?
PS.
Did, and he didn't ask for it, and so he was telling everyone that I wouldn't give it back, like I was being so hostile.
holding the
and I
Xbox.
ended up just putting it
Oh,
out
it's an Xbox.
in front of my like on my patio, and I was like, just come get it. But he spread out all these rumors, and it was actually a horrible experience because I worked there for a long time.
What a weird rumor to spread.
I know.
Which Xbox?
I don't remember.
PS4. If it was the OG PS4,
It wasn't a PS.
curved one, that's expensive.
Xbox.
You should leave that on your patio.
It had like Rock Band and all that stuff.
360.
It was a 360.
Yeah.
Please, those things die in 9 months anyway.
I know.
Red Ring of Death.
Ring of Death. Yeah.
So I feel like that, like, I wouldn't say that's a nice guy. He sounded like he was really immature.
No, that's not.
Sounds like you like guys with tattoos.
Most Xbox players are not nice guys.
What about a bunch of guys with all the same tattoos?
Who have the same exact tattoo?
What about flex?
Flex it!
How do you flex your shin?
Flex your shit.
It's like this. You flex your toes up. That's your. Oh, look at that! Hey, that's your tibialis right here, brother. That's that thing.
Hey, mine's flexed a little bit, I think.
So,
With no shoes too, just socks?
is that enough to be a bad boy image?
That's the bad boy table, though. That's the bad boy.
That's so awkward.
Mrs. Doubtfire.
There's such different vibes right now. Just total different vibes.
Describe their vibes.
Yeah, describe them.
Riz and Jizz.
Here's Steve saying,
Who's the jizz? Who's the jizz?
You made a great character.
Oh, Riz. Bella broke character. He broke character.
Immediately.
Now you're both jizz.
Yeah, we're both Jizz.
Riz and jizz. Jizz vibe.
Vibes is like Jizz vibes is like I better get home before it gets too dark.
What?
Yeah, like this guy, I don't know. Yeah, hey, I'm gonna have my friend come on a date with us. That's the Jizz vibe.
Just come.
Like, oh no, you don't understand. Like, she helps me with stuff. That's what you say.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to do self-checkout because I might forget to pay for something.
So do you all think you're a nice guy?
Yeah.
No, I've been told I'm
One
an
of
asshole.
Fastest is not a good guy.
Let me tell you this. Straight up, right head of God on a stack of Bibles this high, right?
Okay.
In high school, I was like really into this chick, and she used to date guys, and I used to do the nice guy bullshit thing where it's like, oh yeah, but they're not me and all this shit. And really, was I really listening to her because I really fucking care and stuff, or did I just want her for myself? Right? So I think I was being a scumbag. I think I was being a fake nice guy, and that's why I swear on a stack of Bibles this high that I learned that lesson myself because I think that's actual scumbag shit.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because I had ulterior motives, and in my opinion, friends don't want to fuck their friends. If you have a friend, you don't want to put your penis inside of your friend.
No, you don't want to do that.
Not a good friend anyway.
not unless you're boys. You know what I'm saying?
Good friends don't want to fuck their friends. That's my motto. I really believe in that. So. No, I really believe in that.
Here, I'll be
Or you have
shallow,
ulterior motives?
vulnerable.
Or
Here comes the jizz, baby.
ulterior motives, and you're a scumbag. That's it.
Let's go, jizz.
Okay, this is Riz. No, Jizz talking. Okay.
Okay. Yeah,
So So I think when you're in high school, especially, like you think like, oh, I'm a nice guy, and like girls don't like me because I'm nice. They like the asshole. It's like, no, that guy's just a cooler person than you. You're actually a fucking loser.
Yep.
And you're insecure about shit.
Yep.
And you're not confident in
You
yourself.
don't own that you're. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you just don't own it. That's all. So then you think in your mind, you're like, dude, but I'm just a nice guy, and no, you're just not confident. That's what I was for a long time.
Yeah.
And then I tried to be quote unquote confident, and really that just made me a better asshole. And that didn't work. And then I was like, wait, that doesn't work either.
Sometimes that works though.
So, it gets you through
Not
the door,
for long.
ironically.
It's like junk food.
But you gotta change though. You gotta change.
No, but you can't be that. You might act like
Stay
that.
the cool guy.
Yeah. But I think it does get you through the door more clearly, and I think that's a hard thing for a lot of people to swallow. That like, as much as you say like, I'd rather the guy walking the grandma versus the guy on a bike. Well, the truth is, he's not gonna walk the grandma every single day.
Those guys are competing.
Exactly.
He might be being chased by cops.
He knows you're watching him walk the grandma.
Yeah, she keeps going back and forth in the street.
The innocent, nice asshole who's riding a motorcycle. That's his mode of transportation. That's all you got because he can't afford
And
a
he
car.
likes it.
Okay, I didn't mean for these examples.
You blew up.
What if she's holding a sign
You
asking
singled
for
him out.
money?
You prejudged him.
I'm gonna die with
Canceled
these
this guy on
examples.
it just for riding a motorcycle.
He's a good guy. He just likes the thrill of riding a bike.
It's a gas saver.
He's asking for money.
He's a thrill seeker.
Walking back and forth, obviously.
Oh yeah, she keeps having to pay him each time too.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
if she's walking him?
Damn, that's crazy.
That's actually better.
But it is
really nice.
undisputed. It is better for the guy who maybe quote unquote looks like a little bit of an asshole, but he's a really good guy, versus the guy who looks like a nice guy and you find out he's an asshole.
You know what's
Yeah,
sad?
that does suck. I've
You know
had
what's sad
for
that
sure.
happened in my high school? So the guy in the yearbook that got voted as like the most attractive guy was this like white dude. He's like a really cool dude.
Hey, we needed that. That's big.
But here's the thing, he was so nice. This guy was so nice. He never hit on anybody. He didn't have a girlfriend all 4 years. Just was a genuinely nice, cool dude. So he's like a Tom Cruise kind of personality, but he just wasn't a scumbag. Never hit on anybody. And then he gets with my friend at the after high school. They like get in a long-term relationship. They break up years later, and I'm like, what happened? And she goes, he was beating me the whole time.
Oh, for 4 years?
More than that.
Oh my god.
Much more than 4 years.
So you know he can keep a secret.
That shit's way worse.
Way worse.
Everybody thinks you're nice, and then behind closed door, you're freaking.
Terrible.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
Yeah, I was like, it blew my mind because the image of nice guy was always him before I knew that.
Why are you pointing at me?
Him. Before I knew that.
Are you Jizz?
Oh, that's Riz. He's Riz. He's Riz.
I'm jizzing all over the place.
Ew.
See? Put on the facade like I'm an asshole. And then try to work my way back up. I'm already in the doghouse.
Yeah.
You know, and then I gotta try and prove that I'm actually not that bad.
When you're with your man, are you up in his ear and you're like, ew?
Yeah.
What's
What is that? What is that? What is
He's like, well, when he's jizzing.
Oh,
Ew. Say, get that out of here.
but that just makes me think that like the nice guy isn't something that's like so easily definable, let alone by the guy himself. Like if you have the least amount of authority to say you're the nice guy,
Right.
out of
That's like,
anybody.
That's like, I'm humble.
Exactly.
That's-
Yeah.
What if he got mad because he got voted the nice guy?
You would.
It like pissed him off. He said, why did you vote for me?
Wrecked his villain arc.
I'm actually a bad guy.
Yeah,
I'm gonna beat my girlfriend once I get one.
No, I was a real scumbag.
I was a real piece of shit.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Dude, that's so sad.
Imagine, Nick, when we were doing the fingers game, and at the end when we had one pinky left for never have I ever, I was like, and I was like, maybe Nick won't admit this, but I've never laid hands on a woman.
And I go, ping, I'm out.
Ping.
No, it'd be even better if he just goes.
What?
Yeah, he storms out.
Like Magnus?
Yeah, Magnus Carlsen. Yeah, we lost the match. Damn. And he like pats his back. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
And we just never see him again.
Yeah.
Dude.
Don't come back.
Chess player. He's a chess player.
I've never laid
hella
hands.
jizz.
I've never laid hands on a woman, but I had plenty of opportunities to.
And if I wanted to, it'd be over for her, brother.
I could finish them in 1 second, dude.
Oh my god.
That's my wife all the time.
Look at that.
Yeah,
Look at
usually.
him.
Yeah, usually. I'm a small, tiny man. I'm a small, tiny man.
Yeah, he's not that tall, so he needs
Yeah,
that.
I need that. I'm like 5'7", sometimes 6 without shoes, so I gotta always tell my wife, I'm like,
Shoulders.
you know, I could beat you up if I wanted to. Yeah, that's nice. All right. It's a fun little joke that we have.
I got hella jizz.
You say that with a smile.
Usually when I'm throwing the rice cooker or something. Learn from my pops.
To make your point.
She was she here for that?
Yeah, she was here for that.
Oh, yeah, she was. Yeah.
Yeah, because if it's cooked, it's better. Because it's like mochi.
Sometimes it's empty though too.
What was it? Tapioca.
It's better when it's empty.
Have you ever like?
Mochi.
So do you think the inverse of like bad boy is nice guy, or is it just bad boy and cool guy? You ever meet a guy that you're like, oh, that guy's cool?
Yeah.
I mean,
But
cool
this-
could be
This is what I
nice.
think. Bad boy can be a look. Nice guy can't be a look. Does that make sense?
Unless you're walking a grandma across.
Nice guy look.
A turtle
you
vest.
have a nice guy look, but it's not confirmed unless you actually discover if they're
Describe
nice.
the nice guy
Turtleneck
look.
plus
What is it?
vest.
Well, you can have a bad boy look and still be a nice guy.
Okay.
With
So you
tattoos.
can't be a nice looking guy who's a bad boy?
No, you have to still discover if they're nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you saw Steve,
Because you're saying nice guy, you're not saying nice guy. Look,
This is
bad
good.
boy can still be a look though for
already like
life.
this.
It's a fashion. It's a fashion.
if you were to see, if you were to pick all us out just from face value from looking at us,
Yeah.
if you had to assume good guy or bad boy, what would you pick for all these guys?
Well, I've already seen you all speak.
Pretend. Pretend you didn't.
Pretend.
You pretend. You didn't hear anything.
Just the way
You
we
didn't
look.
hear anything.
Did you know everything about
And then I know too much about you.
I'll say this. Because
Where do I stand?
because I have a fanny pack, I'm automatically bad boy. I'm a
Jizz or Riz?
No, actually, I think that's a fair thing. You only know us on camera, which means that you don't maybe actually know us, but you know really about them. What do you actually categorize about them?
Categories me and Aris.
Know them.
Hella jizz.
Because you've known us 20 years. 20 years we've known her. Yeah.
20 years. Holy
20
Jizz
years.
is a bad guy,
He's
right?
definitely a good guy.
So that's
Got her fooled, gentlemen.
We did it.
You know he's on the dark web.
Yeah. He's Omicron.
You fell for it. Know what the regular web is like.
There's a difference.
Why'd you fall for it?
What about Aris?
Eris is a bad boy.
Bad boy.
Are you sure? I walk hella grandmas across the street.
Just so we can find some lady
Believe that. I actually believe that.
too for his YouTube channel.
before the Laker games.
Okay, could you
Walking.
could you keep a straight face if I said Aris is a nice guy?
Huh?
See? He doesn't even believe it.
What do you think Nick is?
I think Nick's a good guy.
I think
You don't fucking know
Yeah,
me.
Nick's a nice
You don't
guy.
fucking know me.
Yeah.
That's why he fights.
Yeah. See, he's not even like.
he has a bad. He's what Anthony described though. He has a bad boy look.
Does he look that bad?
I don't think a bad boy.
Does
No,
he,
like
does he
before.
look that bad?
When I didn't know him at all, and I'd never heard his voice. I only saw his Instagram. I was like, that guy looks like he'd be mean to
I don't
me.
know. I feel like I look like a
It's
small
scary
child.
when you don't know him.
Cause you didn't have any videos back then.
The problem with Nick is that Nick is so good at what he does. Like he could
I don't
fucking
know
fight anybody or
like
whatever.
that. I don't
No,
know at
but
all.
I'm just saying he has a quiet confidence about him that he just doesn't have an insecurity
I'm
like that.
filled with insecurity. You don't
I'm riddled with
You
it.
can't tell what he does by looking at his sideburns.
by the shape of my head. Apparently. This guy was posting pictures of me in the shape of my head. I was like,
I kept.
what's the shape of my head?
I kept posting close-up photos of him at BJ's, and I would write, "Guess who this is?"
Is this the shape of my head?
Look at the nose.
Are you gonna grow out your hair now?
What? Yeah, maybe. Maybe.
He's like, you mean I haven't already?
He's all, wait, this isn't grown out?
Yeah, wait. Now I'm in my head.
Shorter?
Maybe I'll get a perm or something. I've been thinking about getting a perm. Changing.
If you really scroll down on his IG, it gets long.
Yeah, I used to have long.
Gross.
Yeah.
One photo.
Don't do
grows.
that though. Don't do that.
But then he gives more health advice as you go too.
What do you think about Anthony? You know him reasonably enough,
Oh,
right?
that's easy. That's easy.
Jizz.
Anthony's confusing.
Confusing.
I'm not sure about
He's a
it.
hybrid.
His
He's a hybrid.
sexuality. His sexuality.
He's a hybrid.
He's a hybrid. He's a daywalker.
He's a daywalker.
honestly a shapeshifter, if anything.
He's able to coexist with guys like us.
He can do
They
it.
don't know. I'm both Riz and
No,
Jizz.
honestly though, I really actually do think that. Like this motherfucker.
Daywalker.
Like bad boys. Bad boys think this guy is like.
We'll be at a bad boys party in the dark, and then we Anthony comes in, and we're like, oh, the Daywalker.
He's one of them.
Wears a cross.
For what side are you really on?
I've just been hurt a lot as a kid. You know?
Oh, that's a bad boy tag.
I was a fat kid.
Hey,
Nice or bad boy? We didn't say gay boy.
learn from the masters what's happening now. We're like, ooh, wow.
Fat kid.
I was a fat kid. I was fat. I had 2 fat phases. David Tell made sure everybody knew that.
We had 2?
Fat phases. When? Post college. You don't remember when I got big?
Oh, but that's still not
Whoa,
fat.
whoa, whoa.
I didn't think you were fat even then. I just thought because relative.
That's because you're a good guy through and through.
No,
Oh,
but
okay.
then it wasn't even compared to when you
A
were a
little
kid.
bitter.
He wants this guy.
He's better.
It was
so tall.
He wasted some years, and you can tell he feels that way.
I think I'm a daywalker.
Yeah.
See?
I think I have room for improvement.
You're a hybrid.
Hey, that's good
sounds
guy.
like growth. Sounds like growth.
I think you're 60-40 bad.
Ooh, hey, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I agree.
60-40
I agree.
Yeah. 60-40
I like that.
bad.
I like that.
You know why?
I say yay.
Because this dude, especially like as a host, he's like the bad boy of hosting.
Yeah. But you know he's sweet.
Competitions.
Hey, you know he's sweet and thoughtful and shit. Yeah. You're all thoughtful.
But he hosts vibes.
The fact that I'm hosting dance competitions should put me in the Riz Jizz field. The Jizz field.
But he was such a bad boy of hosting. They had to be like, Anthony, we just can't. This is crazy.
Too many girls are like,
What?
Yeah. You should see the crowd.
Yeah.
that's just.
That's their face they make.
There's no winning this. What do you think about Steve?
I actually think Steve plays bad boy, but I think he seems like a very loyal good guy.
That's true.
Loyal
bad boy.
He's
Like,
loyal to
undercover,
he's loyal to a
very
fault.
loyal.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's really
That's
loyal.
all I
I'm my wife right now.
He says that. He
With
will
the
say
grandma that he's walking across the street.
Still changed my mind.
No, it's locked in. Your answer's locked in.
So,
This is why I have to text Nina to start apologizing to her because I'm the only one. Aris is in an. Are you in a serious relationship right now?
He's in a few. He's in a
Okay, so he's a bad boy. I'm 60 bad, but I'm married. I need to apologize.
Okay.
I think it's worse if you just say sorry and she has no context.
Agreed with it.
I was doing karaoke. Every time I do karaoke, I do Total Eclipse of the Heart, and always, there's always like it takes a while, and there's an interstitial moment, and like during that, I always do a monologue whenever I'm at karaoke, and so I was doing a monologue one time. I was on stage, and it was Vegas, and Nikki was in the crowd, and with our friends and stuff, and then during the monologue, I was like, I'm married to a whore, and like I fucking took I do a whole monologue about like how Total Eclipse of the Heart, like I got my heart broken, all that kind of stuff, and I talked about how I'm married to I'm married to an unfaithful woman, and then I took my actual ring, threw it into the crowd, but I like made sure I knew where it was, but just for a dramatic effect. And by the way, the audience was like loving they were eating it up and stuff, and all that stuff. And then after the song was over, I go to collect my ring, and Nikki's like, "You're such a bitch." I'm like, "Where's my ring? I don't know where I put it. I know I threw it shallow. I thought I did, and then I found it." She's like,
I think it bounced.
You're such a bitch, dude.
Could have gotten a fake ring for your monologue.
I
It's funny
know.
because the way that song, you'd have to do that whole monologue, and then you have to go back in one more time for "Once Upon a Time."
Exactly. That's what's fun about the monologue.
You have
part.
one last like.
You collect yourself and just bring it back. But
it's a long musical
it
break.
sounds like I'm going through like an emotional journey during the monologue. You know what I mean?
Like it's a
Is
catharsis.
this guy okay? Like that kind of shit. And then it's like, once upon a time, it was light in my life. It's like shit
There's
like
only love in the dark.
the best.
longing for the
I had to
past.
explain to
Sees right through me like you just did, so it's awesome.
I had to explain to Smack about you that like I had to explain to her that like, dude, don't like say something incorrect to Steve about you, because he like in person like he'll just say whatever, but he'll walk away and defend you with whatever you said you were about. Because I'm like, he's loyal to a fault that if I lied and said that like I think this and someone challenged it away from me, he would be like, "What'd you fucking say about him?" Like, no, like, so I told her, make sure, don't be sarcastic to the point where like he will believe it and stand up for you away from you. Yeah.
Fact.
Yeah.
It's a core belief. That's his fact check ammo.
Exactly.
No, I was just telling Nikki because we were at the lagoon and shit, and I was like, dude, I think Ryan, of all the people that I know, is the most observant human being. I was like,
True.
I honestly always thought that I'm very observant, like emotionally observant, but I'm like, Ryan is like 3 times more observant than anybody I think I know.
And his memory is better than all of ours.
Legit.
He doesn't drink or do drugs.
Yeah.
That's probably why.
But he brings up shit where I'm like, oh my god, you remember that shit? I think I talked about that 4 years ago. He's like referencing it like it was on Saturday.
100%.
Insane.
He remembers everything about us. Cut that shit out.
That's why Omicron is dangerous, lethal.